So the first really source of passive income that I've been generating actually turns out to be YouTube ad revenue from this channel. Now, I didn't really set out to have like the primary source of revenue from YouTube ad revenue. My kind of philosophy behind YouTube and this channel is to try to provide value and not really follow the money so much. And hopefully that'd be more obvious that that's the way that I'm going, because if I was trying to squeeze money out of people, I think I would probably be selling like $1,000 online courses and just being sponsored and trying to just squeeze as much money out of this as possible. But that's not really the route that I like to take. That's just not really who I am, and hopefully that shows. If not, I'll try to show it more. But so it's about $50-some $100 per month, between $5,000 and $6,000 per month in total from January. This fluctuates slightly, but it's pretty steady for the most part. Now with this, it's primarily passive, and the reason why I would say that is because I would say about 80% of the revenue right here from January is actually from 2018 videos. About 15% of that is from 2017 videos. I didn't make that money in 2017, but at least a few $100s per month comes from 2017 videos that I made, and then only about 5% from actual 2019 videos that I made in this particular month. So a lot of it is fairly passive, but the whole idea behind this passive income is, look, you're putting something up front, and that's the misconception that people have. That's a disconnect where they think it's free money, but realistically, you're either putting time up front, which is what I did with some of these YouTube videos, or you're putting money up front. Sometimes there's a third option as well, but you're either putting time or money up front to then reap the rewards of that work or that money input later on down the road. So you really have to have an input to then get an output later, unless like your grandma's giving you checks every month in the mail or something. But other than that, you're gonna have to put something up front to then get a reward later. So that's what I did with this YouTube channel, and it does feel fairly passive. But the thing is, look, because I didn't really put much work into it in January, I was traveling, I made like 2 or 3 videos, maybe 4. I'm probably going to see the negative effects of that in February and in March and in April and throughout 2019 for not putting effort into it in January, in this particular month. So that's something that I'm going to see in the future, and that's something you have to keep in mind. That's why YouTube is not 100% passive income. It's not like a real estate investment that maybe you get into and then hire somebody to manage the property, and then 10, 20 years later, it's very, very passive income. In a lot of cases, if you have somebody managing the property, and you can reap the rewards of that for a lifetime practically. Well, with YouTube, it definitely has a lifetime value, and it sort of fizzles out over time. So you want to keep that in mind.
Okay, my fourth stream of income is YouTube. And this is something I never thought I would say, because before this year, I didn't think it was actually possible to make any income from making YouTube videos. But starting late March and April, I really buckled down on this, and I made pretty much one YouTube video every single day. It was one of the most tiring things I've ever done, but it was so worth it. In doing so, I gained like over 30,000 subscribers in a month, and I monetized my YouTube account. Honestly, the amount of ad revenue that videos can bring in, it's just shocking. Like before this, I knew people made money on YouTube, people like Graham Stephan, Meet Kevin, but they have so many subscribers and so many views. I never thought that a small YouTuber like me could actually make a significant amount of money through YouTube. And yes, I did make a more detailed video going through my exact earnings for my first month of YouTube being monetized. I'll put the link to it in the description below. So how making money on YouTube works is every time you post a video that is monetized, so it does have ads in it, YouTube will pay you 55% of the ad revenue that the video generates. The amount that each video makes really depends on, one, the number of views, and also the type of content that the video is about. For most of my stuff, it's about like entrepreneurship, stocks, money. They have quite a high pay per 1,000 views. So for my videos, I think the average right now is about $16 per 1,000 views. But of course, I just get 55% of that, and YouTube takes their 45% cut. This source of revenue, I think, is the coolest one I have right now, and my parents are actually really stoked. They didn't know that this was even possible, but the recent explosion in my account has just really like kind of opened their eyes and showed them that, like, yes, there are tons of other ways that people make money. You don't have to just be a doctor or a lawyer or any other traditional field.
Now, the first one I want to talk about here is all about YouTube. Now, if you guys don't know, my YouTube channel, I've been running it for a long time. So long, I've been posting videos since I was 12 years old on multiple channels, and just literally not so long ago, maybe like 6 to 8 months ago, this year, I actually started making money from my YouTube channel, and I posted so far maybe around like 368 videos on this finance channel right here. If you guys don't know why it didn't work out when I was 12 years old, I quit several times because my friends told me it was impossible, just stop right there. Plus, I didn't believe in myself. And when I was 18, I started again, but I didn't give up even though I failed consistently for around 4 years. But now here we are 3 to 4 years later, making YouTube videos about things I actually care about, like finance, and this channel is doing very well because again, I focus on value and something I actually enjoy. And to me, that's the perfect formula if you ask me. Now Tommy, how much money exactly have you made from YouTube? Well, the first thing is this, okay guys, when I started my YouTube channel this year, I'm very analytical, I'm an accountant, okay? So I said to myself, if I make 368 videos this year, okay, or 65 years, okay, I mean 365 videos, not 68. If I make 365 videos this year, that means if each video gets at least $2 per day, I'm going to make at least every single day, quick math here, at least every single day, 365 times 2, I'm going to make at least $730 per day. You times it by 30, well, that's at least $21,000 per month. And this sounds pretty cool, but the concept is you have to make all this content without making any money. And that's why I love YouTube. I didn't just do it for the money because I did it for almost like 8 years for no money. So now I'm making money, that's great. But this month, guys, right now, this month so far of December, I've made around $14,889.24. On top of that, there is still 4 days left in December, and I'm projecting I'm going to do, on the low end, okay, at least $300 per day for those 4 days, which adds up to around $1,200, and a total of, for this month on YouTube, of around $16,089.28. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. But remember, for the first 4 years of taking YouTube seriously, I literally made every single year by posting daily videos around $4, and my highest was literally around $16. So you can get here, but to get here, it's a long road, and you can't care about money, because if you care about the money, you won't ever make it.
My 7th stream of passive income, which is consequently the least passive of all of them, is the one I'm sure you guys have all been waiting for, and that is my ad revenue. Now, when I started my YouTube channel, I did not know that financial education channels have some of the highest ad rates in the entire industry, and that's because you, the one who's watching right now, probably have the education and the job and the disposable income to spend on things that banks, credit cards, brokerages, they all want access to. They want you. That is why you are so valuable to them, and that is precisely why I'm so picky and so selective with what I talk about, because the last thing I want to become is a mouthpiece for those corporations, or just be one of those people and YouTubers who just gives you timeshare presentations, because sometimes I'll watch a video and then halfway through I'll realize, oh, this person doesn't really care about educating me on how to build my credit score. They just want me to sign up to this credit card because they'll get a certain percent of money, and they don't even have this credit card. That's the thing I don't want. And even for me, this video is very uncharacteristic because I've advertised so much of myself, my Patreon, my products, my affiliate links. Like, I never do this. This is the most advertisee that I've ever been, and maybe I'm naive, but when I started my YouTube channel, I bought every course and everything that I could think of to grow my channel and to make money off of it. And the one advice that was so prevalent is, well, there's two of them. One of them was batch your content, which is to shoot like 5 videos in one day. And the second terrible, poor advice that I've ever seen is you need to plan ahead and you need to have a goal. Maybe that's just me being naive, but when I started my YouTube channel, I had 0 goals, 0 things in mind. I just loved talking about finance. I love making stupid cinematic videos where, why am I shooting in 4K on a Sony a7 III with a G Master lens? Why do I have a drone? Like, why does a financial education channel need all these things? Like, I don't. But I get so much enjoyment out of making these videos that I make like a day before you see them, or 2 days, because I'll spend so much time on them. And that to me is what's enjoyable. Like, I don't want to become that person who's just giving you timeshare presentations and trying to sell you on things. So again, this is the least form of passive income, and most of this money, by the way, came from videos that I've done in the past rather than videos that I'm putting out today. It's like all these couple $100 videos, they're adding up, just like dividends. So in the last month of October, and this has only started happening to my channel like 2 or 3 months ago, $12,671.79. That does not sound real to me. So as you guys can see right here, this is my October. If I go to October, there it is, $12,661.94 for the ad revenue rate. So this is not fake, in case anybody's gonna fake. I've had mostly about averaging $400 days. The highest, these two peaks were close to $850 per day, and all in all, $12,661. I'm just gonna assume that this is never gonna happen again, so I'm cherishing and saving every single dollar that I get. Altogether, and I can't believe I'm saying this out loud, in the last month of October, I've made $20,939.03. I'm overwhelmed, I'm in awe, and I'm upset because that's $61 shy of $21,000. I'm kidding, I'm not that much of a douchebag. That is a lot of money.
And that is YouTube AdSense revenue. So by posting content online and being monetized on YouTube, every month I get money from it. Now, obviously, you would need to make sure that you have your 1,000 subscribers and your 1,000 hours of watch time in order to get monetized. But the moment that you hit that mark, you're then able to make money passively through the AdSense revenue that you get paid from by YouTube. And to give you an idea of how much money we make on YouTube, every month we make about $3,000 to $4,000. And last year in 2019, we made a total of $37,000 just from posting content on YouTube and just from AdSense revenue alone, which is a completely passive income stream for my business and for myself. And an awesome thing about YouTube is that once you post a video one time and you are monetized, that video time and time again will make you money. So for example, this video right here is a really popular one, the one that went viral, and even to this day, it is still generating income for me. Now, obviously, with all of these things that I'm mentioning in this video, you still need to put in the work, and definitely being a YouTuber is not the easiest thing in the world. However, it is really, really fulfilling. And also what I find is that creators and influencers are on the rise. People don't want to consume content that is super commercialized and super polished. They prefer to consume content from people who remind them of themselves. And that's why YouTube is such a successful platform. For YouTube, if you are considering starting a channel, something that you need to know is that for every niche, you get paid differently. And what I mean by this is, yes, you could have a lot of subscribers, yes, you could have a lot of views, but what it really comes down to is the niche that you're in, and that's what's really gonna determine what your cost per thousand is. So CPM is a metric that we track here on YouTube, and basically this is the amount of money that an advertiser is willing to pay you for every 1,000 views that you produced. So for example, my channel, I could have a $10 CPM, so $10 for every 1,000 views that I generate, versus another channel who might have a different CPM that is potentially $50 or $100, which is massive. Or maybe compared to another channel, their CPM might be $5 or $2. So depending on the niche, you're gonna get paid differently. And I'm gonna share with you some niches that are generally gonna have higher CPMs. And the reason why these niches and these industries have higher CPM is because the advertisers in these industries have a bigger budget and are more willing to spend money on these industries alone. So for example, real estate, finance, social media, anything tech related, beauty, gaming, these are all massive industries where there's a lot of lucrative opportunities for advertisers to spend money on. And therefore your CPM, your cost per thousand, is gonna be a lot higher than other niches. So if you are considering to start a YouTube channel for strategic reasons because you wanna make some passive income with AdSense, then really keep that in mind for your channel niche. Now, here are some industries that don't make as high of a CPM, and that is anything related to pranks, because there's not many advertisers that want to put their ads on prank videos, anything controversial or taboo. So these type of niches you might want to reconsider, especially if your sole goal is to make money through AdSense revenue. Now, obviously, if it's your passion to have a comedy account and you want to do pranks on people, do that. But it is shown that educational content is a lot more profitable than entertaining content. So again, if you're considering to be a YouTuber and you want to make money through AdSense, just keep that in mind.